I think we are ready to go. Okay, so what we're going to look at today is a tutorial for how to use Digg.com. So let's go ahead and go to it. Um, Digg.com. And remember, Digg is a news site that you want to use for research. What's cool about Digg is that you could form communities on there, that you have up-to-date news from lots of different sources, not just your most common sources, and the fact that it's created by users. So you can post your own stories in here if you want to, which I encourage. And then you can share those with friends that you make at Odyssey that are in your classes, and then you guys can collaborate on assignments, like I mentioned in the blog entry. Okay, so this is the home page on Digg. I'm already logged in, as you can see. You get a little bit of a profile picture there. Just if you look, scan down this first page, um, well, this FBI data mining went beyond targets. That works perfectly for the Civil Liberties course. This is current popular stories. You can tell by how many digs that it's had, that it's a popular story. 7 Wonders of the World. There's some pictures for your travel course. And there's a couple more things on this, just this front page, but you probably won't use the front page except for mostly for your own personal use. But for my class, there's a couple things that we want to learn how to do. So we're going to just do a search first of all. You can search just about anything, even if it's a really old story. So just to prove that, we'll do American Civil War. All right, and let's check out what we pull up for the American Civil War. Okay. So we got a total of, wow, it looks like about 15 pages of stories. And just at the very top of the list of stories, there's an educational video, Civil War in 4 minutes, Civil War through art. So those of you that are inclined towards art, you can include those in your research, and you can include the pictures in your presentations. American Civil War photographs. There's a lot of stuff in here. The role of coffee in the Civil War. There's one down here, I think, about the role of food in the Civil War. So you could add different little angles to your presentations, to your projects, and make them a little bit more interesting. All right. We want to talk about submitting some new stories. Okay, so when you want to submit a new story, basically you've had to have found the story first. So I was looking around, and my travel and tourism class goes to Cairo for one visit, so I looked up Egypt, and I looked up Egypt on SlideShare. Remember, and you've probably seen me talking about this in the course, but SlideShare is an online presentation group where people post their own presentations for others like us to view it. This is also a Web 2.0 application because SlideShare is completely run by users, and the information is supplied by users. All right, so there's 2 different ways to submit a story. Let's just say you come across a story that you really like and you want to share it with somebody in your group, or you want to save it by like sort of bookmarking it in Digg. Then if on that particular website that you're using there's a little Digg This button, then all you do is click that. So this story is about Egypt. I'm going to click the Digg This button, and then you're going to fill out a form. It's a brief little form. Let me get that out there. Okay. All right, so here's the URL to the story. You can title the story whatever you want. Just title it, let's just do this, History of Egypt. And here's where you come in. You're going to use the story description. Okay, so this comes built in with the description that's on SlideShare. So you can use this, but I recommend that you add to it because these are some other people's words. So this is a project about Egypt. It's about the history, the culture, and the geography, and how the Quran, which is the book for the Bible, essentially for Islam, relates to all these. Okay, so you could take this out. You would have already viewed the presentation on SlideShare, so you would have your own idea of what it's like. Okay, and so you would want to just do a brief description of it. And let me just, well, I don't want to go through the whole process, but you would type in, say this story is a SlideShare presentation about the history and culture of Egypt. Okay, so that's very, very simple. Then you'll go ahead and scroll down. You want to fill out this little box down here, and you'll want to submit the story. This will automatically go into your favorite stories, and it will also go up into the Digg essentially the Digg like news section for whatever category that you label it as. All right, so that's how you would want to submit some stuff. So remember, you want to go to submit to new, or actually, that was if you wanted to submit something by just coming across the article. Let me close that. By just coming across the article and you click the Digg This button. But there's also a different way to submit something. So you go to submit new, and then you would enter the URL of the story. So if I go back, I'm just going to copy the URL, paste the URL right in here. Okay, and that's the same URL. Now this is going to come in handy when you're finding stories that don't have a Digg This button. All right. So if they don't have this, then you'll just have to copy the URL, go to submit new, and then enter the URL, and then you'll fill out the form. All right, the one last little thing that I wanted to show you is about friends, and this is what makes this a social news site, is that you can add friends. Since you guys have the opportunity to make friends by going through our Odyssey of the Mind social network, then you could get a whole group of friends that are in your Civil Liberties class or your American History through film or your Travel and Tourism course. And what you'd want to do is once you've logged in for your own account, you want to invite some friends. So you're just going to want to enter the emails. So you can invite me. You can invite other people that are in your group. And then you just send them an invitation. And that way you guys can all collaborate and share your stories. So how this would work best is if, let's say, 2 or 3 of you guys got together to complete a project for American History through film, to complete one of the unit review essays, but instead of doing an essay, you wanted to do, I don't know, any number of things, okay? And you guys just decided that you're going to do some research on your own and that you're going to share all your research together. Well, the best thing that you could do is you'd have your friend in this little network on Digg, and then every single time you come across a piece of information that you really like, you just upload it to Digg briefly, and then your friend can view it too, and you guys can share it. Any questions? And there's a lot more stuff that you can do with Digg, but this is just a brief tutorial that I wanted to give about 4 things, 4 points. The main point was how to use the home page. That's just where you're going to find the most popular and most dug stories. Anytime that you come across a story that you really like, you can click the Digg button. I wanted to show you how to use the search button. So you search over here for just about any topic that you want. I want to teach you how to use the submit new, and I want to teach you about some of the benefits of adding friends. That's it.